Hi, this is Nacino, and I'm really happy that you're able to join us in this YouTube Live. Today is a special episode because I'll be interviewing someone who is really passionate about business and who is really successful as well when it comes to entrepreneurship. She is a mentor to a lot of entrepreneurs. But before that, if you're tuning in live right now, can you just type in the comment section, say hi, and let us know where you are tuning in from? And if you're watching this via replay, can you type watching via replay? Or one of my mentors, Pat Flynn, would use the hashtag team replay. So let me borrow that for tonight. If you are watching this via replay, kindly put the hashtag team replay in the comments and then also put the city or country where you are tuning in from. So again, this is Shana Sino. I'm an author of 14 books and I'm also the founder of Write University and the 90-Day Book Writing Challenge. So like what I mentioned, I'll be interviewing someone who is into entrepreneurship. This 2020 is a really challenging year for many of us because of the pandemic, right? A lot of businesses have experienced challenges, for example, and even had to close down their businesses because of the pandemic. And also, many of the employees were also affected because the businesses where they are working for did not thrive. So, whether you are an employee or a business person or an entrepreneur, and you want to know how to succeed as an entrepreneur, this live is for you, or this video is for you. Maybe you want to put up your own business someday, or maybe you want to put up your own business in the next few months, or maybe you already have a business and you want to learn how to grow your business. So this is for you. Again, if you have any questions during at any point during this this YouTube live that we're doing, simply type in the comment section, and I'd be happy to ask them from our guest. Okay, so let me now introduce to you our guest. She was a teacher who became a businesswoman for the love of her family. Not knowing anything about business, she failed in more than 20 businesses in her first 30 years and got into a huge debt that almost took her life. After learning from authors, teachers, her former franchisors, which includes, okay, Chowking and STI College, and expensive trials and errors, she discovered a formula which she now calls the Grow Your Business Pinoy Roadmap. Train, train and turn over businesses to her children. Since then, she has written the book Grow Your Business Pinoy, your practical and proven roadmap on how you can make more money faster by doing less. She has also been serving as an accredited Go Negosyo mentor and coach and is now very active in her advocacy to help as many Pinoys discover their business calling and start their business as much as possible. What is exciting is that she is giving this for free. Can you believe that? So tonight we're going to talk about the top 3 major mistakes that stop us Pinoys from starting our own businesses. And let's all welcome our guest for tonight, the author of the book Grow Your Business Pinoy, Miss Myrna Natividad. She is also known as Mami Negosyo or Mami N. So all throughout this interview, I'll be addressing her as Mami N. Hi,
Hi.
Mami N.
Hi, Misha. It's such an honor to be here tonight to be with you.
Yes, thank you for granting this interview. Thank you for saying yes. I know you're busy mentoring a lot of entrepreneurs, and also you have a lot of businesses, STI College, Chowking, and many others. Thank you. I really want to thank you for making time for this YouTube live.
You're very welcome. Always, as always, when it's Misha calling, I'm always present.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Mami N, today is, as we are doing this live, it's November 26th. It's Thanksgiving Day for our friends in the US. So, speaking of Thanksgiving, I want to ask you, what are you most grateful for right now?
Wow. Of course, no. Thank you for that question, Misha. No, in this season, most especially, the number one thing I'm very thankful for is the good health of everyone in the family. My husband and I and a son are here now in San Juan, and the rest of the family are in Zamboanga, back in Zamboanga, and thank God we are all okay despite the rising numbers of cases in both places. Yeah. I'm also thankful for newfound friends. In this season, I've met a lot of friends in online communities because I'm just here at home. No, so yeah,
Right.
like the No Face Group, Inbox Society, Freelancers Tribe, Gold Diggers, Hi-Fi Women, Speaker Circle, Happy Writers, and a lot more. All of them. I'm so excited because they're all so young and so energetic. And of
Yes.
course, finally, I'm very thankful for mentors like you, like Jomar, for example, MCV, Coach JV, who else? Oh, Coach Alan, Coach John, etc. I cannot mention all of them, but I have met all of you more, even more of you in this pandemic because I've been just here. Being a senior, I'm just here at home most of the time in front of the laptop.
Yes. What I love about you, Mommy Ann, is your humility. You love to learn and you love to learn from people. Even and you even call us coach, although just call me Sha. I like to be called Sha, simply Sha. And I'm really just amazed at your humility to learn and your humility and passion to learn. You're already successful in your field as an entrepreneur. And maybe that's the reason why you keep on succeeding in what you're doing. It's because you're so open to learning. So thank you for displaying that.
Oh, yes, there's always something to learn. And that's what my father taught me when I was a little kid. Always be humble because there's always something to learn from anybody that you meet. And that I've
Right.
proven that true in my life, actually.
Right. And I hope when I reach your age as well, I'd be like you, open to learning from people even much younger than me and just have
I'm
that
sure you
open
will.
heart.
I'm sure you will, Misha. I'm sure you will.
Thank you. So, Mami, and let's talk first about your book, Grow Your Business Pinoy, because I believe that see, you had all those successes and failures in your business, and then you were able to figure out what worked, what didn't work, and then you created a roadmap, which you shared in your book, Grow Your Business Pinoy. So, first is I'd like to ask you, what inspired you to write a book, and specifically to really detail your roadmap for growing your business as a Filipino.
Yeah, I think, Misha, it's the desire to help my fellow Pinoys, our fellow Pinoys, no, fellow Filipinos and Filipinas, because the road that I was on was not very easy. Actually, it was almost fatal. You talked about it. You gave my story about how we've been accidental or reluctant entrepreneurs. We were not educationally prepared. We did not have any mentors, so we did a lot of trial and error. And at a certain point, we got into really, really heavy debt. And at that point, my marriage was falling apart. The kids were having a lot of problems, and I hit rock bottom. And actually, I really tried to kill myself
Oh my
several
God.
times. And in all of those
Mm.
times, I failed. I kept on failing. Parang I've been failing in business. I've been failing in financial management. Even in killing myself, I'm still a failure. So I pray to God and say, why don't you take me? And then suddenly I realized I think it must have been God speaking to me and telling me that I have a mission. And then I said, okay, if I have a mission, then help me, let me get out of this because it was no joke. It was for most people, it's a point of no return already. And suddenly things started working one by one. I started to have insights left and right. And I believe that even the roadmap was a gift from God. And so 40 years of experience in business, 30 years was really a struggle, but the last 10 years were turning around and succeeding until finally I was able to turn over the businesses to my kids. And then I said, okay, now it's your turn. I'm done. I'm now gonna live the rest of my life to fulfill the second part of my mission. The first part was as a mom to all of you kids, and now it's now as somebody who can contribute to my countrymen. You see, I've been abroad many times and I see how shabbily we are treated outside of
Mm-hmm.
the country. So for those people who have not been out, they think we're okay. But the moment you step out of our country, even just stepping out of the airport, of the plane into the airport, you will see what a miserable state our country is in. And I think there are many problems, of course, and we cannot solve all of the problems. But because I was given all these trials, I think I can help in a little way by creating or helping our fellow men, our fellow Filipinos start businesses so that we can provide more jobs. And once we have more jobs because of more businesses, then we will have less people going outside of the country to POFWs, and we will have happier families, less drug problems, less social problems. It's a whole thing. It's a whole it's a whole web of problems that we have, but let's start somewhere, and I think I can start somewhere by helping create businesses. So I decided to document the roadmap in the book, and I'm very grateful that you were there, part of my journey, because I've been trying to do that for years already until you came and you helped me put everything in order, and that was how the book was born. So I
Yes.
think that's the story.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, Misha, I believe it was a difficult journey, but now I believe that business should not be as difficult as that. It could be
Mm-hmm.
easier if there are people like us. Just like writing a book, it should not be as difficult, no? But because you were there to guide me, it was easy. We were able to do it within the 90 days, right? The writing. And business also can be learned very easily if only there's a mentor who is willing to guide, to teach those who would want to learn.
Amen. So the way I see it, your why is so big. It's not just
Yeah,
about entrepreneurship and really earning money, but it's bigger than that. Since you were
yeah,
exposed to a lot of Filipinos abroad, OFWs, and you saw
yeah.
their sufferings, you saw their sadness
Oh
for many
yes,
of them, you wanted to help them create jobs here, help them put up their businesses here so we can create jobs here and they don't have to leave their families. Wow.
right, right.
Galing. Okay, so we're just starting to all our listeners right now. We are just starting, but as you can see, we are already getting lots of nuggets of wisdom. So again, please say hi in the comments. We'd like to greet you and highlight you. So we'd like to greet Celeste Clemenya. He says, hi, Mommy Ann and Miss Sha. Hi, Celeste. And then I've says, always something to learn. I agree, Mommy Ann. And then Melissa Profeta. Hi, Mommy, and supporting you all the way and siya. So hi, Mel. Thank you. Thank you for the support. So guys, if you have any questions at any point during this discussion, please feel free to type them in the comments and we'll ask Mommy N. So Mommy N, you mentioned before that you committed a lot of mistakes in your 30 years in the business and in your more than 20 businesses. And that's why you already created that book. You wrote that book so that younger entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs do not have to commit the same mistakes and we can just learn from your mistakes.
Right,
So
right.
speaking of mistakes, what are the three major mistakes that stop Pinoys from starting their own businesses?
Oh, there are so many mistakes, but we can just let's just talk about three. Okay, the most common one is the gaya-gaya or uso-uso. I call that gaya-gaya or uso-uso, wherein people, Pinoys, think that whatever is trending is the best business. Okay, we are guilty of that. Now, during our time, everybody was saying, "Oh, be a franchisee, be a franchisee." So we went into franchise. We became franchisees because of the gaya gaya and uso uso, and we went into got into a lot of trouble with that as well. Not that we had bad franchisors, but we had higher expectations than what was realistic. No? And then, of course, now it's a gaya-gaya, uso-uso, or the leche flan, egg pie. We did that as well, no, many years ago, maybe more than 20 years ago. We were already doing the egg pie thing. So now we have the mentees, my mentees and my students. A lot of them are asking me, Mommy, and I put up a food cart, or I sold shomai, or how about a water refilling station, milk tea. And now the most common is face mask, face shield, 'di ba? Everybody
Mhm.
wants to just jump into that business. And I remember a quote a long time ago, a quote that said, when you see the bandwagon, it's too late. So, gaya-gaya,
Oh,
uso-uso is not the way to go.
okay, I
Yeah,
see.
that's one. Mhm.
Why? Because you should be the one who would start things?
The right thing to do actually is to know that everyone has a unique calling.
Yes,
No,
that's correct.
if leche flan is good for me, doesn't mean that it's good for you, right? So um, everyone has a unique calling. So just like, remember in your last email, I read your last email about your mom. You talked about your mom, and then you said, looking back, she was one of the reasons why you are an author. So even when you were a little kid, you were already called to be an author. You could have
Mhm.
had any other mom, right? But God
Yes.
chose her for you. So
Oh,
same
wow.
with each one of us. We were placed by God in a certain environment that nurtured us, because each one of us has a calling, has a mission, and your calling and mine are two different things. Even if we are both called to be authors, you have a different genre and I have a different genre to write about. So the same with business, no? So all we have to do is to reflect on our lives and find out, where are we really being called to, because where I am called to, I will excel in that business compared to the rest who are not called, who are just gaya gaya and uso uso.
Right.
Yeah, and actually I made a find your business calling worksheet that can help, but we'll talk about that a little bit more later on.
Yes, please. And where they can get that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the link where they can get that. So that's
Yes.
number one mistake. Gaya
Right.
gaya or uso
Gaya
uso.
gaya, uso uso. Actually, that's if we do a countdown, that's just number three. So
Number
number
three.
two,
Okay, so we'll
number
proceed to
two
what?
mistake.
Okay, number two mistake.
This is the number two mistake. Wrong thinking. Wrong
Uh-huh.
thinking. Okay, I'll just give three examples. There are many of these. Okay, the first one is they don't start. Some people say, I don't have time. I have no time to start. No, so that's wrong thinking, because everybody has 24 hours. A lot of people started businesses with the same 24 hours. So why can't you? Right?
Mhm.
Like when I started as a teacher, I would go out during my break time, no, and I started my business during break times, during recess and after class, no. At that time there were no cell phones. We had physical phones that meron pang we have what we call the party line, right? So it was very difficult. But now that you have cell phones, it's a lot easier. You have internet, it's a lot easier to start, no. So no time is not an excuse, because if you really want it, you will really have time, right? So
Right.
yeah, and even traffic. They say, "Oh, traffic." But traffic is a blessing, because during traffic you can make calls, you can do texting if you are not driving, you can coordinate, or you can even message your customers, your clients, and your suppliers. So no time shouldn't be an excuse, right? So that's one
Yes.
one example of wrong thinking. Another one is, I'm not a graduate of a business course. That's also what
Mhm.
happened
That
to
is
us.
common.
Yeah, we thought that because we are not graduates of business courses, so we thought that we would fail, and surely whatever you think comes true, no? And then that belief actually changed when I started hiring a lot of business graduates, and I found out that, oh, I know more than they do when it comes to business. And I realized that you don't necessarily learn business from a business course, no? Of course it helps,
Right.
but you will learn business faster if you really go into business. No? And when you are guided by a mentor, No, just like writing our books, right? We could easily find the steps of writing a books from Google, but it's different when I had a mentor like you guide us step by step to tell us, just okay, just for this week, just focus on this. Next week, just focus on this and this and this. And I don't get overwhelmed by the whole process of writing a book. It's the same in business. You don't have to get overwhelmed by the whole process. I kept attending seminars and I kept getting overwhelmed because I thought that was what all of that was what I needed to learn. But actually, at that point in my life, I did not need to learn all of those things. So
Mm,
as long as there's a mentor who just tells you just focus on this, then business should be easy. You don't need a business course. Actually, well, like people
so
like Tan Kapyong, founder of
Jollibee.
Jollibee, no? Jollibee
Uh-huh.
Group of companies, or Lucio Tan, no? The group of companies of Lucio Tan, they're both engineers. They're not even business course graduates. But look at them, right? And of
Mhm.
course, we know that there are dropouts also who succeeded in business, right? So,
A lot of them.
yeah. So, di ba, Misha, that's wrong thinking.
Right.
And another example, oh, this is very common. Another example of wrong thinking is, oh, my kumpare says I should go into the water refilling business. My relatives say I should go into the lechon manok business, or my neighbors or friends or teachers. Sometimes even government employees, government agencies rather, who have entrepreneurship programs, they give wrong advice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because they do not exactly have the experience in putting up the businesses. Okay, now these are all good people, no, they want to help,
Right.
no, but then for us, we don't just listen to anyone, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those are wrong thinking, and there are still a lot more of that. And what we should do really is to really get a real business mentor and pick their brains. There's so many of them in Go Negosyo, so many kind-hearted mentors in Go Negosyo. So look for someone who is a real business mentor, meaning somebody who has been there, who knows the
Right.
potholes and the shortcuts. Just like again in writing a book, I will not listen to just anybody who will teach me how to write a book. I'll have to find out first, how many books have you written before you teach me how to write a book, right? And how are your books faring out there? So it's the same thing, right? Don't just listen to anyone. Don't just have all of this wrong thinking. Or whenever you think of something, you have a problem or you have a question, go ask a real business mentor. No? So
So,
there's a difference kasi between mentors and coaches. Some
mm-hmm.
coaches, when you say coaches, they cheer you on. No? Not that all
Mm-hmm.
coaches are not experienced. There are a lot of coaches who are experienced now. But when you say coach, a lot of coaches out there are business coaches. They cheer you on, they help you strategize, they evaluate the opponent or the competition, but they are not really mentors. So they have not been really there. So when whatever you're going through, they might not understand what it is, and they might not be able to guide you. No? And of course, there
Right.
are teachers, Misha. There are teachers, the people from the academy. Again, they are not bad people. They have studied a lot. They have so many alphabets under their after their names. But they also teach you something that they know, which they learn from books and from journals. But a lot of these articles are based on big companies, and not the startups, not people like us who are just starting, taking the first step. So a real business mentor who has gotten his or her hands dirty will be the best person to help you get over all of this negative, the wrong thinking, and will be able to give you advice. Yan, that's a second.
Wow.
Uh,
So we're only in the second, but we're already learning a lot. So it's so important to have the right thinking and also choose who you listen to, choose your right mentor.
right, Misha. That's so true. That's so true. That's why I'm so happy. I'm here actually now because of mentors like you who chose who chose uh, to help us go through the process step by step.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mami Ann. So Celeste says, look for real business mentor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thanks,
All right.
Selene.
So,
So
what's
the
number one?
the number one, I think you are also familiar with this, Nisha, because when you meet anyone and you ask them, oh, ay gusto kong magnegosyo, I wanna put up my business. Oh, why don't you? Kasi I don't have capital,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even for the people who go abroad, no, for those who become OFWs, they also say the same thing. I will go out of the country because first of all, I need to pay my debts. Next, second is I need to build a house, buy a lot for myself or for my parents or for my family. And the third, I need to earn enough capital to go home or to come home. So
Mm-hmm.
that is actually a mistake. Why? Because most of these people, when you ask them, oh, you need capital, how much do you need? They don't even know how much. And they're
Mm-hmm.
leaving their families to go abroad to earn a capital that they do not know what to do with.
Mm-hmm.
So, what business do you want to go into? Oh, I don't know yet. So how would you be able to know how much money you need if you don't even know what business is it that you need?
Right, right.
So actually, I started most of my businesses. I think almost all 90% of the businesses we started with zero capital. We just
Mm.
borrowed because in reality, lalo na now, especially now, this is the best time to start a business because cash is so abundant. No,
Mm-hmm.
capital should not be a problem. There are so many loans that you can avail of: credit card loans, lending houses, microfinance, angel investors, venture capitalists, all of these. We did not have this during our time. No? But what was my capital? The first capital I believe is my big why. No, my
Mm-hmm.
big why. I had a baby who was gonna go hungry. My husband was jobless. So I needed more money and my teaching job wasn't paying us enough. So as I looked at my baby, I said, oh, my baby cannot go hungry. I will overcome any difficulty, whatever it takes. I have to succeed. I have to feed this baby. So I think that was the biggest capital. And that sadly is what is lacking in most of the people who keep on talking about they want to start business, they want to quit their jobs, etc., etc. But
Mm-hmm.
when you ask them, what is your biggest why? What is something that you are committed to that when you start the business, you won't turn around and won't say, ay, wag na lang, mahirap pala. No? So,
Mm-hmm.
any difficulty should not be a barrier if you have a big enough why. And for me, it was my baby going hungry. That baby is
Wow.
two.
That is so powerful. And I just
Yeah,
want to highlight that because so that was your biggest, maybe one of your biggest challenges at that time, right? Uh,
right.
you had a baby that you needed to feed. And I liked your attitude because instead of making that a hindrance towards achieving whatever you want or being successful in life, you use that as a motivation.
Yeah, yeah.
So thank you. Thank you.
No, no way, no other way, right? The mother instinct, actually, the maternal instinct is very, very strong. And at that time, even now, I'm shy. I don't look like it. Nobody believes that I'm shy. Really shy. I think you've seen me whenever we're in parties, Misha. Both of us are just quiet people. We don't talk a lot. That is our personality.
Introverts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. We are introverts and we just would rather be alone. That's why this pandemic was not difficult for me because
me
I,
too.
I've been I've been on lockdown even before the pandemic. So yeah. So, but I had to really go out and I had to go and talk to people. I did not know how to sell.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to talk to my co-teachers and ask them, what do you need? Can I sell you anything? That was the first step. And then after they told me what they need, I needed to go look for suppliers, but I did not have money.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed to go approach relatives. So relatives, most especially of my husband.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed to ask them if they can sell me stuff on consignment, and they did. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that really, really helped. approaching relatives, approaching classmates, old classmates, going to friends and asking them to if they can sell me stuff, and then I'll just pay them when my customers pay. And that was how we started. But that overcoming that shyness was such a huge barrier. But the big why was the one who really pushed me over that line.
Right.
And
We have a question here from Mommy D. She's asking, biggest why is it the same to purpose po?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, it depends on how you define purpose actually. No, at that time it was not a purpose that was outwards. No, like it's not about serving the community or saving the planet. It's just for survival. It's
Mm-hmm.
about a hungry baby. So that was my purpose. That was my calling at that time, to feed that baby because I'm a mom. And whatever it takes, it's okay for me not to eat, but not my baby.
Was that
So,
true? Was that baby true?
yes, that's why I was telling you. That's true. Look at her.
Hey,
could,
true.
you,
You
could you
played a
imagine?
big role.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was actually the first capital that I had. No money, but my capital is
Mhm.
my big why. And then the second capital I think is the good name. The good reputation of my parents and my parents-in-law. No, it was a
Mhm.
blessing that we were in Zamboanga that time. Zamboanga was a small community that time. This was just a few hundreds of thousands in population. So everybody knows everybody. And because it's a small town, then people would know who you are. So when you go and borrow money or get merchandise at consignment from people, people will just ask you, who's your father? And then you tell, my father is this. My father was a teacher. So everybody, almost everyone knew my father because he was a teacher. So, okay, you're the daughter of this. Okay, go. Just sign
Wait,
here.
wow,
That,
that's like the collateral, the name of
yeah,
your mother.
that's more valuable than money. Or who's
That's
your
true.
father-in-law? My father-in-law is this guy. Or he's known to be a very honest man there in the
Mhm.
province. So they would also and he was very helpful. My father-in-law was a very helpful man. So when we approach other people and ask them if they can sell something to us from for in consignment at consignment, they would say, your father-in-law is this guy. Do you know when I was starting, your father-in-law helped me also. So they would
Oh,
repay the favor, and that became a blessing. Yeah.
amazing.
So
So
the
we're,
reputation.
mhm.
Sorry,
Go ahead,
sorry.
Mommy Ann.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't need to be in a small town to have a good reputation. You might be surprised even if you are in a big town, people will still know you. No, I was surprised because we went to buy jewelry from here in Manila in Ongpin, and then I said, "Can I?" First time we had to pay. But then they ask a lot of questions. So where are you from? I'm from Zamboanga, and this is my store, etc. The next time we went there to buy, they already gave we wanted to buy this much. They say, "Oh, you can take all of this. You can take all of this." I don't have
Mm.
money. I just have money for this only. It's okay. It's okay. You just issue a check.
Oh,
And they trusted me. And
uh-huh.
finally I realized after a while when we became really good friends already with my supplier, that's when she told me, the first time you went there, I got your data and I asked my friend from Zamboanga because we
Mm.
have a friend from Zamboanga who knows somebody who knows us. And if you have a bad reputation, no more. You cannot start your business anymore because you might think that, oh, this is somebody from Manila who knows me from Manila. But it's still a small world. And once you destroy your reputation in business, you're done. So,
Mhm.
so that good reputation of my parents, we maintain that. And even now, that is the lesson that we would tell our children. Never, never destroy your reputation. It's okay. If somebody will cheat you, it's okay. Let it go. It's better that they are the ones cheating you and not you cheating them. So
Mhm.
you really need to guard your reputation.
Wow, these are so
Right?
powerful. What you're sharing, Mommy, and are so powerful, and I could really sense your credibility in sharing this because you've been successful in so many of your businesses and you've been there and you're speaking from experience and speaking from the heart, and even our listeners can resonate with you. So Miss Lopez says this is very informative and eye-opener for me, thank you. And then Ava Vieira Tan says look for real business mentor. Mommy D, who was the one who asked question a while ago, she says wow, very inspiring. So
Wow,
thank you
thank you
everyone.
very much.
Amen. So we talked about the three biggest mistakes that aspiring entrepreneurs make, and now you were teaching us what are the things or what are the things that we can do or aspiring as entrepreneurs can do. So you mentioned about having the right reputation, getting a real business mentor. So we'd love to hear more. What can we
Yeah,
do so that we can be
yeah.
successful as well in business?
Yes. So one thing also that our parents taught us was never borrow money except for business.
Mm.
So if you need money, you need to borrow money, borrow for business, not for your personal needs. Whatever personal needs you want, let's say a cell phone or a house or anything, a car, do not borrow. Pay cash because when once you borrow, you have to pay a lot of interest, the patong, diba? And
Right.
the price is more expensive. What for? If you cannot afford it, then don't buy it. Just wait until you can afford it and save up for it. But for business, you can borrow because you can always compare the margin of profit versus the interest expense that you will be paying. And when the profit margin is higher than the interest expense, then it's okay to borrow. So those are the lessons, the gems that I got from my parents and my parents-in-law. Yeah, so yun, no? The capital was the big why and the good name of our parents and parents-in-law. And lastly, and the third capital is a business idea,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
So you don't start with how much capital do I have? I see a lot of people posting, asking in Facebook, what business can I open for 10,000 pesos? What business can I open for 50,000 or for 100,000? And I would say this is so crazy because they start with how much money they have and then they try to look for the business that will fit the amount of money they have.
Mhm.
It's totally a mistake. It's totally wrong. The way to do it is always start with a business idea. Of course, it starts with the calling. We talked about the calling a while ago. So from
Mhm.
your calling, develop the business idea that you have by finding out what is it that I can do so well, I can do better than the others. Again, it comes from who you are and what your experiences are,
Right.
and that people will also pay for. No? We need to, after getting the business idea, we need to validate it. We need to find out, are there customers who are willing to pay for it, and are they willing to pay a price at which I will have a profit that will be sustainable. Okay, so we need to check the market, do a lot of market research. And once you have the plan, then you do the numbers. Do the numbers. Try to compute, okay, how much do I have to sell so that I can support myself, so that support, I can pay employees. And so how much do I need to sell in order to grow the business? And once you have the numbers, you yourself will be convinced, okay, this is a good business. And you can also show your plan to people you can borrow money from, your creditors or your suppliers. You can get funding. And that's why I'm saying the money is the least of your concerns when you are starting a business. It
Mhm.
is all of these things because people, if you have a good business plan, if you have a good business idea, people will be willing to lend you money. People will even be willing to partner with you so you can start your business. So those are actually the three things. So the three things that are stopping people, stopping us Pinoys. Okay? Stopping us Pinoys na to to start our business.
Right. So I have another question, but before that, I'd like to read what Mommy D said. Good to know that never borrow if it is not for business. Yes, I think this is something that a lot of millennials and yet the young generation need to learn, because I remember when I was still an employee, it is so common to borrow money so that you can go on vacation or you can buy the latest gadget. But it's good that you're sharing this with us because it is so important. So only borrow money if it's for business. So thanks to your mom as well for sharing it with you, and now you're sharing it with us. Okay, what happened? All right, I think we lost Mommy N. So my team is trying to get in touch with Mommy N. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube. We're not yet done. There's just a bit of technical difficulty, but we're now back.
Yeah, we're back. Sorry for that.
No worries. So thank you, Mommy N. So the big question now is, how do I know if I need to start a business? How do I know if starting a business is for me? So maybe that's the
Oh,
question of many of our viewers right now.
yeah. So why do I have an echo? Okay. So yeah, what to do therefore? No? How do you know if business is really for you? Actually, a lot of people are asking that. No? I call them business askers. Anong business? Kaya ko ba? And all of these. How much is the punan? Or there are many business talkers or business watchers. Oh, okay, I'm milk tea. Everything is okay. I just want to be financially free. I want to be my own boss, but they are not acting. Or there are people who keep on asking and asking. Parang, and I get so tired. Okay? So I tell them, I'm old already, I'm 65 and I don't have time to waste. I only want to help people who will take action. No? Mataray, no? But I only want to help people who will stop asking, stop talking, stop watching. No?
Fair enough.
The people who would want their generation to be the generation that will now shift from employment to entrepreneurship, because they keep on talking, we are a generation of employees, sana we become, but we cannot become business owners because nobody is a business owner. So be the generation that will do the shift, start the
Right.
business. Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you want to find out if starting business is really for you, if you will succeed in a business, you want to find out what is the business calling. We talked about that a while ago. Or what product should I sell? Yeah, those are the questions, right? Or if you have any other questions about business, uh, actually I've designed a challenge just for you because
Yay.
because of Misha. No, so it's a 5-day quick start business challenge. So you can take a look at that and say, okay, this is the answer to all of my questions, because most of the questions that people ask will be answered in those 5 days. Okay. So I have eliminated already the 3 mistakes that we mentioned. No, we can start the business by knowing your business calling. That's the first one. Next, you already have a mentor. That's yours truly. I'm an accredited Go Negosyo mentor with 40 years of experience, 30 years of failure, and 10 years of success. And puhunan, I'll teach you how to get that capital in that 5 days. Okay? So to learn what I'll share with you in the 5 days, most people would pay from 3,000 to 30,000. Actually, I sold that course for 5,000 earlier this year. No? But because our country really needs a lot of entrepreneurs, there's so many people who are becoming jobless lately. So we need more entrepreneurs who would create jobs. So okay, so I'm now offering this 5-day course for free. Free na, no? Take the free
Wow.
5-day quick start challenge and be ready na for a successful business next year or even this year.
Amen.
You can start already. All right?
Okay,
So,
so
yon.
we will
Andiyan
put the
na.
link also.
Yeah, put the
Can
link,
we
please.
flash again the link? So we'll put the link
Yeah. So is it there? Anyway, you can just add me in Facebook. You can look for Mami Negosyo or you can look for Myrna Tam-Natividad, whichever. The link is there. I placed it already in the cover photo. And just click on that and then just join us. The first batch, I think, will start, yeah, pretty soon. I think next Monday or the following Monday. So it looks like Misha is the one who disappeared now. Kim,
Yes, there
am
you
I
go.
still on?
Yes, you're still on. Can you see me now? Can you see me now?
Okay, so what other questions will we be answering in the 5-day quick start challenge? Well, we will talk
Mhm.
about what a business is. Okay, a lot of people ask me, is it true, Mommy, and that multi-level marketing is a business, network marketing is a business? We will answer that question. Is it true that as a freelancer, it's also a business? So we'll talk about that as well, right?
Yes.
And also, how do we start? How do we start the business? What are the steps in starting the business? It will be covered in the 5 days quick start.
Okay. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's the reliable internet connection we have in the Philippines. So, I've said a while ago, yes, we can see you both, and then now, Mommy Ann is is not here. So there's a question from Mommy D later. I'll ask Mommy Ann when she comes back. So if you are watching this live right now, what is your biggest realization so far? So from all the sharings of Mommy Ann regarding the three mistakes that aspiring entrepreneurs make, to what you can do in order to succeed as an entrepreneur, which of those resonated with you the most? Okay, can you please share in the comments? We'd love to hear from you. And we'd love also for you to join the challenge of Mommy and just go to this link. I'll show you the link again. It's also in the comments. It's called, you can just go to bit.ly/free 5BQC. Okay, you can see there. Let us know if you can still listen to me, if you can still hear me. So I'm not sure if you can hear me now. Please say yes if you can hear me. Let me just check my Viber. Maybe they message me there. Okay. Hear me. Um, Must be the internet connection. Okay, so again, I I apologize for. Okay, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I'm sorry that the internet got lost. So my team is also assisting me in this in this conversation, and she messaged me via Viber that she got disconnected as well. And I think Mommy N also got disconnected, or maybe the internet her internet is acting up. So um, I also disappeared. Can't see anyone now. Okay, there. I
I'm
think I
back.
can see Mommy N now. All right, she's back. We are both back. Okay, so we apologize. Technical problems, technical
Yeah.
difficulties. But the good news is we're back now. And again, I'll just show the link where you can join her challenge. Okay. Anyway, it's in the comments. I can't seem to show it
Yeah.
here. Must be the
It's
internet
there.
connection. Yeah.
It's
So
there.
we're about to end this conversation. We're about to end this live. Make sure to follow Mommy N via Facebook. Just look for Mami Negosyo. We also put the link in the comments. Just click that link to be able to check her Facebook, follow her Facebook, message her on Facebook. And thank you for your patience, guys. Okay, can you still see me? Okay, we're trying to bring back Mami N. Okay. So again, guys, thank you for thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being with us for the past 45 no 50 for the past 52 minutes. Thank you for being with us for the past 52 minutes. It has been such an honor to spend the night with you, and I'm really honored that Mami N or Myrna Natividad was able to join us tonight and share her wisdom as regards how to succeed as an entrepreneur. So we talked about the common mistakes that entrepreneurs make. We She also discussed what we can do, or what are the capital that you need to have, and it's not about the money. Okay, so she mentioned the capital. In the comments, can you just share what are the three non-cash capitals that she mentioned? So please share in the comments, and so that, because when you type what you learned, it gets retained better. Okay, so I'm really happy. I'm just really happy that you were able to join us, and amidst the technical difficulties, amidst the disconnection issues, you're still here. So I can really see your humility to learn and your hunger to learn as well. So I wish that this video interview with Mami N. Okay, we're back. All right, so I hope that so we're about to end, and we just really want to thank you for being part of this live with Mami N. So, Mami N, any last words for our viewers right now? Maybe my question is this. So you were able to write your book, and that is your way of sharing what you know, your years of learning, decades of lessons as an entrepreneur, and you were able to share them by writing a book. So my question is this: How has the nine how has the 90-day book writing challenge helped you in your book writing journey? And what is your number one tip to our viewers right now who are also aspiring to write their own books?
Okay, so I'm glad I'm back. So anyway,
Yay!
hey, yeah, the 90-day, I endorse the 90-day book writing challenge to everyone, to all of my friends actually, because it has simplified the daunting task of writing a book. I already met Misha a long time ago under Brother Bo's class, but I was not able to write the book then. Now, when I saw the ad for the 90-day book writing challenge that Misha posted, that's when I said, this is gonna be it. And that's what as what I explained a while ago, what she did was to just really uh, simplify the task, the whole task. She chopped it into parts and then just gave us little things to work on until before we know it, we're already done with our book. So that's one of the blessings of being in the 90-day book challenge, book writing challenge. The second thing is the support of community. We had a powerful, the happy writers were a supportive community. We would chat every day, encourage everyone every day. And then when you see that somebody's in chapter 2 already and you're still in chapter 1, you say, oh, I will need to catch up. And because of that, because of the support of the community, we were able to finish our book.
Really sorry about this connection problem. But we're still grateful that we're able to do this thanks to the internet, thanks to Wi-Fi. Okay, as you were saying, Mommy.
Yeah, so three things. You simplified the daunting task for me. You provided the community that was very supportive, that helped us, that encouraged each other, and of course, you have been a very supportive mentor. And it's not just in the during the enrollment of the course, even until now, you're still supporting us, and I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, for everyone, I'd like you to please join the 90-day book writing challenge. It's not just about making money from the book, writing the book. It's not about that. It's about being able to contribute. And if you want to start a business, once you have the book already that talks about the business, it establishes you as an expert. And it's going to be really easier for you to establish your business once you have the book that talks about.
Okay. So it's me again. I just want to I just want to highlight the comments from our viewers right now. So Mami B says, take care of your name. And then Compassionate Doctor says, thank you. See you tomorrow in Thrive University. Yes, we also have this online membership called Thrive University. Mommy D says, thank you so much. All right. So Mommy N is back.
Yeah. So yeah, always get the mentor, whether it's in book writing or in starting a business. The mentor will make your journey a lot easier, a lot easier. So yon, that's the last advice that I'd like to give to aspiring entrepreneurs, whether you'd like to write a book or not. The mentor would be the crucial factor, and the community also will be the crucial factor that will help you succeed.
Amen. Thank you, Mami N. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're really happy that you're able to join us here in our live session, and to all those who are watching this via replay, Please feel free to share what was your biggest realization in the comments, because as you write down your learning gets retained well. So again, please follow Mommy N via Facebook. We put the link in the comments. Just click the link and then you would be able to reach her. And also, please join her 5-day challenge. We also put the link in the comments. And so, Mami, and thank you for sharing about your journey or experience at the 90-day book writing challenge. So, to all our viewers, if you also want to write a book but you don't know where to start, I'd like to invite you to join us at the 90-day book writing challenge. It's an online course. And if you have a burning message that you want to share and you just don't know how to go about writing your book, let us help you through the 90-day book writing challenge. So you have a whole lot of community that can help you. You can talk to the graduates of the 90-day book writing challenge, or you can talk to the authors who were able to write and publish their books and get the support that you need. So like what Mami N shared, it is so important to have a mentor. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Okay? So thank you so much, Mami N. And this has been a wonderful time journey with us. Now, we're about to play a video, and we just want to say thank you to all our listeners. Mami N, do you want to say something to them?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone. Thank everyone for being so patient, and most especially you, Misha. Thank you very much for everything. Not only for putting me today in this show, but for helping me come up with my book and continuing the support of my journey. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mami N. Again, thank you so much to all our watchers, to all our viewers who are tuning in live and who will also tune this via the replay. So thank you so much. We now leave you with this inspiring video.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Global Authors Summit with the theme How to Write and Publish a Book.
My very bold claim is this: I can teach you how you can write a book in 90 days, even if you're not a writer, and even if you're busy in your job or business. If you can write a sentence that can be understood by the other person, then you can write a book. A paragraph is just a series of sentences. A chapter is just a series of paragraphs. And a book is just a series of chapters. Will my book inspire someone? Will my book bless someone? Will my book solve someone else's problem? And if the answer is yes to any or all of the questions that I mentioned here, then you should write a book. And this is the reason why we are here today. We are here to celebrate the authors, and we are here as well to celebrate your future success. And would like to welcome the graduates of the 90-day book writing challenge who will launch their books at the first ever Global Authors Summit.
Okay, so let's get the ball rolling. Are you all excited?
Hello, Philippines! All right, you guys are such an exciting crowd. I'm so happy to be here. When I wanted to be an author, I knew it would change my life because I've seen so many other people tell me that, look, how many people do you know does not matter. How many people knows you? That's what matters. If you're doing a book launch and people don't know about it, it's like having the cure for cancer, but nobody knows about it. As an author, for all the authors today, the first thing you need to remember is people must know about you and your book.
The first step is really about define your why to write. You know, what's the purpose for you to write? What's really motivating you to write? Does that topic reflect you? Does it reflect your bigger mission in life? Does it reflect your inner theme of life? My advice on the first step is relook at your topic, look at your topic and say that does the topic reflect what you really believe in?
I write a book for every stage of my life, not to give glory to myself, but to give glory to God. Writing is my ministry.
Do something today that your future self will thank you for. One day, when you do something now, you're going to smile because, you will only appreciate the moment when it becomes a memory.
Whatever you think you can do or believe you can do, begin it, because action has magic, grace, and power in it.
God is calling you. You took action. You know how it is. The fact that you're here. I could see all the wonderful faces here. The fact that you're here, something is tickling you.
My dear friends, we're not just authors, we're not just bloggers. We are human beings capable of sharing that joy, finding that joy, and sharing that joy to the world. Keep on sharing the joy and the love.
I am truly thankful and grateful that God has allowed me to write and share these stories.
Thank you, Ms. Nacino, and to your program, the 90-Day Book Writing Challenge, for making this book possible.
I am very grateful for Sha's Book Writing Challenge because I have turned my pain into a testimony and legacy.
I believe that no matter who you are, no matter what your background is, you are worthy to become an author. Why is that? It's because you have a unique story that only you can tell.